Welcome back to Morning After, everyone. It is 10:13. Actress Nelly Shudo has an impressive resume and a lot of credits to her name. She calls Dallas home these days, but continues to work out of Hollywood and on location. And she captures much of her career in her new book, 50 Moments, Faking It, Making It, and Taking It as a working actor in Hollywood, and a companion podcast to go with it. Take a look.
I'm Nelly Shudo, and I've been an actor for, well, a really long time.
Here's my number. Call me.
I've worked with some of the most famous people in Hollywood.
Anything unusual occur?
Define unusual.
Define unusual. Nelly Shudo is joining us live from her home in Dallas to define unusual in her life and in her career. And it's so good to have you here, Nelly. And I'm so glad this book has finally been published. I know you've been working on it for a while. You've had readings with it. It's so heartfelt and funny in places. What inspired you to write it?
Well, what inspired, thank you for having me on the show, first of all. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm a big fan. What inspired me to write the book is I had so many crazy experiences in my life in Hollywood, and felt like I learned a lot from them. And I thought, oh, people can learn from this. Young actors, and quite frankly, it's really not just about Hollywood. It's about being an underdog in any aspect of your life.
No, and that's what I like about it, and that's why I think it's important that you're here, is that when we say to people, this book is a great read, it's not just a great read because it pulls the curtain back on Hollywood, because so many people have done that. It's a great read because it connects the dots with how all of our experiences in trying to make it in the world are more alike than they are different. And yet I still have many a question about your experience. I want to know, do you remember what was the first job that you got a call for, a paying job on camera, speaking with lines where you thought, I'm off to the races?
Okay, you're gonna laugh because it's not that sexy. But my first job, like I started out as a petite model, and I was doing a lot of print work, et cetera, in New York City. But the first big job that got me my SAG card was a Wendy's commercial. And I was on a date with my friend John Sweet in the commercial. I met him doing the commercial, and I just thought I had made it when I did that. And he and I are still friends. I've been through all his girlfriends and his wife now and their children, et cetera. And it's been a lifelong friendship that came from that commercial.
Well, and your podcast captures that. I mean, you tell stories in the book, but you have guests on your podcast who you've worked with over the years, many of whom are recognizable, famous people and actors and actresses. And even as successful as they may be, or as successful as you have been, there is always this underlying thing about life in Hollywood, is there not, about what is the next gig? Can I outdo myself? Can I one up? Can I be relevant? Those are all questions, but those are questions we ask in our everyday lives as well.
Yeah, and here's the thing. One of my friends said to me recently that she read the book again, and what she really liked about it was how I just slough off all the drama and all the challenges that came along. And I think it really prepared me for life and reinventing myself, et cetera. And I think that's something we all have to do in our lives, right? My son wants to go to film school. My reaction was very similar to my parents' reaction to me. I had no actors in my family. I had no history of it. I had no course set aside for me. I had to just beat on doors and show up with my resume. And so as my son wants to be a filmmaker, my initial reaction was to say, are you sure? And then I thought, good for him. He's really good at it.
Yeah. We have to talk about this because I think it's relevant, important, and it's in the book, and that is your experiences, the darker side of Hollywood, the casting couch, to be frank about it. Women put in situations to feel uncomfortable, to be sexualized, or an expectation from a director that there's going to be something in it for them if they give you a role and so forth. You highlight that in the book, and I know that you went through a whole process of, do you name names? Do you not name names? You decided not to. And that was a personal decision. And yet the message is still there, that this story that we hear of women in Hollywood is pretty consistent.
It is very consistent, and it is very true. And I know that a lot of women out there, so I want to honor them, have had experiences that are much darker than mine. I somehow managed to slip out of situations. I came from a strong family. I had a very strong women's liber mother. like a bra burner from the 60s. So, I mean, I kind of was taught by her how to get out of situations like that because she had been through them before.
Really?
Right? So I had a little bit of, I had a mentor through that. But I know there are women out there who've had much crazier experiences than I have and things that have been very damaging to them.
Have been caught off guard. Yeah, have been caught off guard, have been groomed in ways they hadn't realized, only to find themselves in these situations. Do you think there will come a time when you might name names because accountability is important, or someone will name it first and you'll reinforce it? I don't know. Are those thoughts that you have?
They have been thoughts I've had for a long time. Not so much for legal purposes, but more because I think the truth should be told no matter what. But to be honest, here's how it is in Hollywood, and I know this about me. If I were Nicole Kidman telling stories about something, they would be more heard and more respected in a way. And I am very aware of, and the book is about, being an underdog in Hollywood. So, there's still a little bit of fear. There's a little bit of fear about that.
Yeah, and that's why so many women stayed silent for so long. Because they
Yes, and I don't want to encourage that. I'm not trying to encourage that. I'm saying I'm still in the process.
It's a tough place to be in the center and have knowledge of it, but be protecting your interest to a degree, but also just facing things with the reality of the world we live in. And I know that's kind of the place that so many women have been in. All right, so the book I know is available now, but really the official launch of it in many ways symbolically is back in your hometown of New York City. Does it feel like a homecoming to you to be able to take all of this Hollywood experience, bring it full circle back to where you were born and brought up?
It totally does, because New York is my home, and I'm still a New Yorker at heart. So the book launches this coming Monday at the Yale Club in New York. I went to Yale. I'm excited about that they're honoring me. And speaking of that, by the way, I did put this out. I wanted to let people know that if you wanted to get an autographed copy, I'd be happy to sign one to you. If you just email me at 50 moments, 50 the number, capital M moments, at nellysblog.com. I'd be happy to send one out, and I can tell you how to pay for it, etc. But I just wanted to let people know that, to personalize it in case they were interested.
I love that, and I happen to have one, so thank you for that, Nellie. I appreciate it.
Of course.
And I
have one. I have many.
I have an autographed copy, so go to nellysblog.com. We should say Nellie also is the co-host of the Bubble Lounge podcast, which I've been a guest on, and it's a great podcast. Nellie, congratulations on this book. It really is a great read, and thank you for being here. Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you so much for being a friend and for having me on the show. Adore you, Ron.
You bet. You too, Nellie. And